Hello, Uncle Claude here, and it's time for my Super Bowl pick for Super Bowl 55. And of course, we know it's going to be Old Cheatin' Tom versus Peppermint Patty. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom Brady versus Pat Mahomes. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting and being the very first team to host the Super Bowl game against the defending Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I'm going to break down the three phases of pro football: offense, defense, and special teams. Obviously, on the Tampa Bay end, it all starts with Tom Brady, of course. Now, Leonard Fournette has been running the football a lot more effectively over these last few games, especially since the playoffs started. Even though Ronald Jones was their leading rusher, it has been Leonard Fournette that has been toting the rock more, and he's been the most effective running back they've had, and he has closed out a lot of games, no question about it. Now, even though Mike Evans gets a lot of the press, and rightfully so, Mike Evans is a fine receiver, and of course, Antonio Brown at one time was the best receiver in pro football. Chris Godwin has been his go-to guy. And Chris Godwin, when you look at it on every third down, he looks for him. Now, Rob Gronkowski has been more of a blocker than a receiving tight end, but he's made a couple of plays here and there. It's mostly been Cameron Brate at the tight end position who has done more damage catching the football. Their offensive line has been very solid, and it's going to have to be, because one thing Kansas City can do on the defensive end, they can rush the quarterback. They have a very good defensive tackle in Chris Jones, and they have a good outside rush also. And of course, they have the Honey Badger in the secondary, but I'll get to them a little bit later. Now, obviously, Pat Mahomes is one of the top three quarterbacks in the sport. Me personally, I think Deshaun Watson is better, but obviously, Mahomes has more weapons, and he does use his weapons as well as anybody in the sport. And of course, Tyreek Hill, probably the fastest receiver in pro football. Travis Kelce is the best tight end in football, bar none. Their running game should get a boost. Le'Veon Bell coming back, even though Williams has done well in Hilaire's time. Hilaire has been so-so, but Williams has actually done pretty well. So we will probably see his three-headed monster. And Sammy Watkins, I believe, will play for the Kansas City Chiefs just when he needs another weapon. Now, McCole Hardman has also picked up the slack in Watkins' absence, so to me, there's been really no drop-off. Their offensive line took a big hit with Eric Fisher being hurt, and it's going to be interesting to see how they hold up against Tampa Bay's edge rushers. The edge I would give, obviously, to the Kansas City Chiefs, even though it's closer, I believe, than people think. But the edge goes to the Chiefs. On defense, the defensive line, both lines are actually pretty decent. I think that Tampa Bay's is more stout against the run, even though they can rush the passer as well. Their linebacking core, Levante David, has played outstanding football, and he's been really a mainstay over all these years for the Tampa Bay Bucks. The linebacking position has more been a weakness for Kansas City, even though it's actually played better lately. Sorensen has played some of his best football. Now, in the secondary, I don't know if Winfield will be back in time for the Super Bowl. I mean, he had a tremendous rookie season. I mean, you talk about a chip off the old block. I mean, I remember Antoine Winfield Sr. He was a wonderful football player, and this kid is every bit as good and has a chance to be better. On the other side, the Chiefs secondary has played much better. Breland has played well, and of course, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The last couple of years, he's played his best football, no question about it. The edge, I would have to give it to Tampa Bay because of their linebacking core. Secondary is basically a wash. If you want to give the Chiefs a slight edge in the secondary, I understand it, especially because of the Honey Badger. But I do like Tampa Bay's defense better than Kansas City's defense, especially in the red zone. Now, when it comes to special teams, it's about a wash, but Kansas City's field goal kicker is better. The punting, Kansas City's punter is better also. I'll give that edge to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Kansas City is going to be an overwhelming favorite, but I have a feeling that we're going to see a couple of calls go old Cheating Tom's way. Now, Cheating Tom almost threw away the football game against Green Bay last week. He cannot play like that this week. Should it be a passing of the torch? Absolutely. Would I be shocked if that happens? No. But I just have a sneaky feeling that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this Super Bowl and get that home cooking. My prediction is Tampa Bay 30 and Kansas City 27. And that is my pick for Super Bowl 55. Please like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Claude signing out. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everyone. And I hope we get we should get a very good football game to end the 2020 NFL season.